What's going on, guys? It's Clutch Hoops here, and today we're going to be doing the first Clutch Hoops 2020 NBA Draft Big Board. I've not done a big board on this channel yet, and I'm planning on ranking the top 30 prospects because I'm a fan of the top 10 to 15 second round picks, but beyond that, I've not done enough research or watched enough film to justly rank the prospects in the 40 to 60 range. This will be a huge focus of mine going forward because I don't just want to throw out some random rankings without watching film of some of these prospects, because that's lame and a waste of mine and your time. Going forward, I'm going to be keeping up with the same videos, but adding in more creative videos to the mix talking about the draft prospects and rookies in the NBA. If you guys enjoy this video, make sure you leave a like, and now let's hop right into the first Clutch Hoops 2020 NBA Draft Big Board. Tier 1, number 1. Lamelo Ball. Lamelo Ball is by far the most talented prospect in the entire draft with his playmaking, passing skills, length, and feel for the game. He played lights out overseas in Australia this past season and improved significantly throughout the year. We haven't ever seen a prospect like Lamelo coming out of the draft, and if he can at least develop a respectable jump shot, then he will be a special player in this league. Number 2, Anthony Edwards. At Georgia this past season, Anthony had his struggles, but his athleticism and scoring abilities are top tier. He has an incredibly strong frame at 6'5", 225 pounds, and projects to be a great defender in the NBA. Anthony can do a bit of everything, and if he can continue to stay aggressive in the NBA, he will be a top scoring guard in this league. Number 3, Onyeka Okongwu. He is the most impactful player in this draft and doesn't get the recognition he deserves because of his almost boring game. No one likes to talk about defense, block shots, setting hard screens, catching hard passes, and rebounding, but these are all things Onyeka does at an elite level. He does all the little things a team needs to win games, as seen by his historically good plus-minus on an average USC team. Onyeka resembles Bam Adebayo a lot, and we've seen in the playoffs how impactful he really is. Number 4, DENI AVDIJA. DENI has been playing basketball in the second hardest league, and more importantly, he dominated in June and July, where he was averaging 17 and 13 points a game. DENI has the size to play small forward or power forward, but he has the handles, creativity, and passing abilities to play point guard. His defense elevated a lot this year, and he has displayed a much more consistent three-point jumper. He's got flashes of a lot of the great European players and should be a top pick. Number 5, Killian Hayes. The pick-and-roll magician has one of the most advanced offensive games for an 18-year-old. His shot should translate to the NBA as he shoots free throws at 90%, he has unreal court vision, and he's a very promising defender with his 6'5" length. He still has to improve his right hand and some other minor things, but he's really a special talent coming out of Germany. Number 6, Obi Toppin. The 22-year-old sophomore out of Dayton has shown vast improvement from his freshman and sophomore season, and his game translates to the NBA so well. He can block shots, shoot threes, roll or pop in the pick and roll game, dominate in the post, and catch lobs anywhere on the floor. His game is what the NBA is turning into more and more each season, so he's not going to last very long in the draft. Number 7, James Wiseman. I'm not the biggest fan of Wiseman because of his fouling, clogging of the paint, weird shooting mechanics, and awful hands, but you cannot deny his 7'1" height, athleticism, and potential to handle the ball. He's probably going to be more of a Hassan Whiteside rather than Chris Bosh, but his physical intangibles are too good for him to not be a top 10 pick. Tier 2, number 8, Devin VASSELL. There is so much potential for VASSELL as a shot creator, and he already has a high floor of being a 3-and-D wing. VASSELL is a 6'7" wing with a huge wingspan who will be able to hang with some of the most athletic guards in the NBA. From his freshman year to sophomore season, he made 38 more off-the-dribble jump shots and showed a very smooth pull-up game. Number 9, TYRESE Halliburton. The floor for TYRESE is very high as he can facilitate very well. TYRESE has a very complete game coming into the NBA as he can shoot off the catch, pass, and play elite defense. This season he hurt his left wrist, which may allow a team later in the lottery to get him at a discounted price. Number 10, Kira Lewis Jr. He is one of the fastest players in the entire draft and uses his quickness to get by defenders and create space for himself. Kira is a score-first point guard who can score from all 3 levels. His shooting improved a lot this season as he shot 36% from 3, and with his speed, he has potential to be a great playmaker in the NBA. Number 11, Isaac Okoro. The 6'6", 225-pound wing out of Auburn has one of the best physical profiles for a wing coming out of the draft. He is already an elite defender in college and should be on multiple NBA all-defensive teams in the NBA. The big negatives in his game are in his shooting and handling abilities, which will need to improve significantly for him to be a star. Number 12, TYRESE MAXEY. This was not the best best performing season at Kentucky for Tyrese, but he showed that he can score at all 3 levels. He's a bit undersized for a guard at 6'3", but his 6'8" wingspan and physicality make him a great defender. He has a lot of potential on the offensive side of the ball with his great change of speed, but he needs to be much more consistent and improve his decision making. Number 13, Patrick Williams. This screams Spurs because Patrick is a relatively late bloomer who has an ideal physical profile and can shoot, as seen by his 84% free throw line percentage. The main questions with him will be his consistency, handle, and development of his offensive game, which will determine how good he is in the NBA. Where he is drafted is going to matter a lot, and whichever team it is will need to be patient with him and understand that he's going to be a long project that needs a lot of development. Number 14, Tyrell Terry. The Stanford product is heavily underrated, but he's one of the best shooters in the draft, and he has shown great playmaking abilities. The main weakness about his game is his size, as he's 6'3", 160. If he can gain 20 to 30 pounds of muscle, it will help all facets of his game significantly and make him a scary player coming into the NBA. Number 15, Cole Anthony. Cole is a 6'3" point guard who is most known for his microwave scoring abilities. He is an aggressive scorer who can finish well inside and make very tough shots. In his defense though, he was playing with awful competition at UNC, but he did not prove to be much of a facilitator. Now on to tier 3. Number 16, ALEK POKUSEVSKI. He's a 7-footer who can shoot, pass, and dribble the ball very well. There are questions about his strength, work ethic, and attitude, which makes him a risky project to take on. Number 17, RJ Hampton. RJ is a 6'5" playmaking guard who uses his explosive athletic abilities to get into the interior. He still has a bit of an iffy shot, but he does have potential to be a decent shooter in the NBA. Number 18, Jalen Smith. The 6'10" Maryland power forward can shoot and block shots at an elite level. He is the perfect pick and roll big man, as he can pop out to the 3-point line or use his length and leaping abilities to catch passes anywhere in his vicinity near the rim. Number 19, Saddiq Bey. He is the prototypical 6'7" do everything Villanova power forward. He's competitive, can shoot, and is a winning player, which will make him a valuable piece to a playoff team moving forward. Number 20, Jahmi'us Ramsey. He has a very strong frame at 6'4", 200 pounds and shoots very well from 3. He has great defensive potential but needs to be more consistent on that side of the ball. Number 21, Aaron Nesmith. He's the best shooter in the entire draft, but he is not the best ball handler or most athletic player. He played great in college against poor competition before injuring himself, but shooting is very valuable in today's NBA. Number 22, Nico Mannion. The Arizona point guard is an elite passer who can manipulate the defense very well in the pick and roll. He is a decent shooter who has potential to score at all 3 levels. His defense and athleticism are poor, which hurts his defensive potential a lot, and he will have trouble keeping up with the NBA's most athletic guards. Tier number 4. Number 23, Tyler Bey. He's a 6'7" forward who can defend the 1-4 and shoots threes very well. Number 24, Leandro Bolomaro. He's a 6'7" guard with the handling and playmaking skills to play point guard in the NBA. Number 25, Precious Achiuwa. The best way to describe Precious is a ball of energy who plays like Montrezl Harrell. Number 26, Josh Green. He's one of the best defenders in the draft who needs to improve his incomplete offensive game. Number 27, Jaden McDaniels. He's a 6'10" forward who has shown glimpses of being great but is incredibly inconsistent with a terrible attitude. Number 28, Reggie Perry. He can rebound, shoot threes, and score very well in the post. He resembles a lot of JaMychal Green. Number 29, Theo Maledon. He can shoot relatively well from the perimeter, has ideal 6'5" length for a point guard, and has an amazing work ethic. Number 30, Isaiah Stewart. He's an undersized center who has a very powerful frame and has an infectious intensity on both sides of the ball. This is the first Clutch Hoops big boarding. Make sure you comment down below your thoughts on the big board. Tell me if someone is too high or too low for your liking, and if you think I missed anyone on the list. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, make sure you leave a like. Now I'm out, and peace!